Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. Um, I know we're still doing the Diddy stuff. I'm just like trying to get it all focused in my head because next week is the trial. Okay. I know we all said that it was gonna start like um we thought Tuesday when they said it was gonna be postponed. I was all upset. But come to find out, the judge said that they was gonna finish the jury selection like from like 8:30 to 9:30, and opening statements and stuff would start on at 9:30. So the trial will begin at 9:30 on Monday morning. Okay, so an hour. Okay, so as you know, Albie Sure is supposed to testify. But the only thing, and if you know the answer, y'all put it in the comments. And first of all, I'm gonna let you know I'm talking from um reacting from the truth is on from YouTube, okay? The question is, I thought everybody had a gag order if you was in the trial, the you know the attorneys and stuff like that. I thought and if you was testifying all that stuff, I thought you was under a gag order. So I was just wondering, how could Al be sure know that he says he was subpoenaed, so how would he be able to be on a news station talking about it? You know what I mean? So we just have to watch and see. I just don't understand that part. How can you give a interview and everybody's under supposed the ones that's testifying is under a gag order? You can after the trial, right? So is he really testifying, y'all? I don't. That's why I put the question mark and stuff, because I'm. I don't know, but y'all just let me know. Maybe it's a different rule for. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he did the interview. No, he couldn't have did the interview before, because during the interview he said he was testifying. He was subpoenaed, but something about the lawyers talking to each other. So I don't know, y'all. Anyway, let's see what the truth is talking about. Let's see what Albie talking about. Let's just see what's going on, okay? And as you come in, y'all, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, please hit that like button.
As the trial of the decade begins, things are already starting to heat up. If you saw my last video, you would know that a key witness in the Diddy trial went missing right before the trial began. While this might have been good news for Diddy, some really bad news for Diddy has surfaced, as Al B. Sure has done an interview where he claims that he will be testifying against Diddy. During the interview, he said some really damning things about Diddy, claiming that he believes Diddy not only took out Kim Porter, but also tried to take him out too. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is,
Sorry.
where I drop new videos exposing what you're waiting for. Diddy is facing trial for some of the evil he has done in the music industry. For the
Hmm. Okay.
longest time, he was allowed to do whatever he wanted and intimidate whoever he wanted. In the 2000s and 2010s, Diddy was the industry bully. He went around forcing people to bend to his will. One of the men who dealt with this was no other than Al B. Sure. Al B. Sure and Diddy's relationship goes back to the 90s, as Al B. Sure was in a relationship with Kim Porter in the 90s. He and Kim welcomed a child named Quincy. Unfortunately, his relationship with Kim Porter didn't last very long, breaking up about a year or two later. A couple years after Al B. Sure and Kim split, Kim ended up dating Diddy around 19.
Wow. 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 Now that's strange. I wonder if, man, let me let it carry on just a little more, okay?
1994. Diddy eventually adopted Quincy as his own child. Kim and Diddy would date.
Oh, for the record, allegedly, Diddy never adopted Quincy ever. So no, Quincy is not adopted. Okay.
On and off until 2007, with their relationship ending for unspecified reasons. Although Diddy did come out and claim he was the reason they split because of his infidelity, eventually Diddy's bodyguard confirmed that he was abusive towards Kim, claiming that he would rough her up on many occasions.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now set.
Yeah, I wonder if I think is that Michael Bonds or Bonds? I do know Bonds. I wonder if he's gonna testify. I mean, since he said he saw this, so I wonder if he's one of the names on the list that hasn't been called out yet. Right? He should be testifying.
Right, who's now sadly no longer with us. But what did you see him do?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him, And one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought because she realized how powerful she was. It was one incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. Of course he put everybody out there, but I seen the car shaking. So I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You see where we at and what are you doing?" And Kim got out the car like nothing happened. And she fixed her hair. She told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm going to put across your face if you put your hands on me again."
All right, Kim. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Yeah, because you know how people can do that to you in private, but they don't want the public to know nothing about nothing. But once you threaten to put them out in the public like she just did, it's a different story then.
And that was Kim's attitude. Kim's attitude was she realized that what he had to explain meant more to him than anything. And once she realized she had that power, she said, "Nah, not no more."
Yo, I wonder, was that before or after he broke her nose on the boat, on the yacht? That happened. I'm hoping it's after, and that mean she meant what she said, and she said what she meant. So I hope when he broke her nose, it was before that, and she said, "Don't do it again." So, damn. Sorry about all that.
It's pretty clear that Kim faced the same abusive relationship as Cassie did years later, showing a pattern of abusive behavior from Diddy, which proves Cassie wasn't his first victim. Diddy tried to write off his brutal attack on Cassie in the hotel as him going through a dark moment in his life, but he did the same thing to Kim Porter's years before. This treatment of Kim Porter is what led to I'll Be Sure having beef with Diddy. While Kim and Diddy were together, I'll Be Sure didn't seem to have any problems with Diddy from what I could see. His problems with Diddy started after he found out Diddy was abusing Kim Porter. I'll Be Sure claimed that Kim had told him that she was afraid of Diddy and feared that she was in danger. Now, this eventually leads up to the day she died. Kim Porter died on November 15, 2018, after suffering from flu-like symptoms for several days. Her official cause of death was listed as pneumonia. When she died, Diddy was seen all over social media and in the media devastated. Even though they weren't together anymore,
how the heck could you still walk around pretend like nothing happened, especially if you allegedly had something to do with it? Ain't no freaking way, man. Ain't no way. And then the ones that know about it, because if Diddy had something to do with Kim's passing, he had people in place, I heard, that knew about what he allegedly may have done. Yeah, I'm watching my little words. That how in the world could they just life as normal, not say nothing about nothing ever? You know what I'm saying? Not even go crazy. Or did they? No, I'm joking right now, but I don't see how people can walk around after you know you didn't unalive somebody and act like nothing happened, especially the mother of your children. And now look, they don't have either parent. Y'all, people kill me, but we're gonna see. Oh, excuse me, YouTube. I didn't mean that word. It just slipped out. People get on my nerves with that mess, okay? All right.
Claimed that he still had love for her as she was the mother of their children. While Diddy seemed hurt and the world felt bad for him, one man wasn't buying this at all and believed that all of this was suspicious. I'll Be Sure didn't buy Diddy mourning the death of Kim Porter. He thought that he was playing sad in order to cover up the fact he was allegedly the one who had her taken out. I'll Be Sure believed Kim Porter was killed because she was planning on exposing Diddy for all the evil he had done to her and others. Weeks after Kim Porter's death, I'll Be Sure came out and told the world that Kim was taken out, claiming that Diddy has successfully silenced her. He even called for the authorities to open an investigation on Kim's death, but he was ignored. When he came out and said this, the internet mocked him and called him crazy.
Yeah, I bet they ain't calling him crazy now. And some of the people really knew he wasn't crazy. They already knew. They just, man, Diddy had y'all. I don't know. I'm not understanding. Seem in my, I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all, it was so many of y'all against Diddy. Y'all didn't like Diddy. Some of y'all cuddled all up under Diddy. Why was Diddy not taken out? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all ain't take Diddy out? He doing all this havoc and all this stuff to people, and you mean nobody ever tried to take Diddy out? I mean, that's just a thought of mine. It's just a thought. That's it, y'all. I just don't understand it. Why didn't nobody take him out?
They thought that I'll Be Sure was going after Diddy out of grief. I'll Be kept on calling out Diddy, even though people were mocking him. As he had said, Kim Porter told him that this would happen, claiming that she warned him that Diddy would try to take her off for speaking out. He also claimed that Kim had shown him this book she was working on that would expose Diddy for what he really was. I'll Be Sure would keep applying pressure until he literally couldn't anymore. Back in July 2022, I'll Be Sure was in a recording studio when out of nowhere he collapsed. He was in a medically induced coma for 2 months and put on a ventilator for 38 days. Eventually, he ended up needing a liver transplant. For a while, it wasn't looking good for I'll Be Sure, and it appeared that his battle for justice for Kim was going to be over. Luckily for Albie, he managed to recover and survive this horrible incident. After dealing with this health scare, Albie seemed to stay quiet for a bit, but that silence wouldn't last long as when the Diddy takedown commenced, Albie knew it was his time to shine. He again began his attack on Diddy and started inferring that his health scare wasn't natural but was caused by Diddy. Again, people thought he was crazy at that time, as Diddy had only been sued by Cassie and the general public was still trying to defend him. Everything changed though when Diddy was finally arrested. This is when I'll Be Sure took this opportunity to fully expose Diddy, posting on social media saying this statement. For over a decade and a half, I have been posting and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid deaths and tragedies that could have all been avoided. Despite this, I have been ignored, ridiculed, and medically silenced to cover up these crimes you're all now aware of by a very aggressive PR team and costly campaign to silence and physically harm me from exposing. It only aimed to prevent me from further sharing publicly the facts and insights Kim Porter shared with me during our frequent and intimate conversations in her selfless attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly by ending my life. I am writing this post to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around the residence of Miss Kimberly Porter. It has come to my attention that these persons were also instructed to steal her computer and mobile devices which contained her original book notes. Miss Porter's missing device, allegedly already in evidence, unquestionably contained the critical evidence that has been concealed. I am convinced that evidence corroborates closely with details outlined in the recently released public indictment document. Additionally, it is pertinent to note that the individuals involved in this matter may also be connected to also concealing the alleged murders of several prominent artists, a situation that has left many bewildered. Yet those who are immersed in the culture and familiar with the intricacies of the entertainment industry may have a clearer understanding of the obvious. Kimberly was allegedly taken from us because she was set on a course to accomplish what Miss Cassie Ventura did by igniting the bonfire which brings us here today. Now after
see, I'm so glad he made that post that said that he wanted the people that was around Kim, around her, all the people around her that he had to put people in place if this is true, right? And also, y'all know she was allegedly passed from pneumonia, but they found blood also, and they didn't even put it down. And then you remember a doctor, the one that said that he had found some stuff, and then they did away with the doctor from pneumonia, and got that new doctor in that said, oh yeah, it was pneumonia. It was pneumonia. They had bought and paid for a doctor. We all know that story, but I believe it. Some people still may not believe it, but I believe it. And I believe he did it to Al B Sure, and I believe he messed with Jamie Foxx. Yes, I do. That is my personal belief, y'all.
the Diddy arrest, people have been looking at what Al B Sure was saying differently. Now it seems much more believable that Diddy took out Kim Porter. Recently, this is what Al B Sure confirmed during an interview. Al B Sure recently did an interview with Fox News where he confirmed he will be coming for Diddy in court. Al B not only claimed that Kim was taken out by Diddy, but he officially claimed that his life-threatening health scare was not natural, but Diddy trying to silence him.
Al, the last time you were here, you could barely walk up the step to sit down here. Barely.
So you were my first interview with Cristal, right?
Yes.
When I was released from the hospital, and it was just, what an amazing journey it's been. I figured, look, when you get lemons, make Arnold Palmer.
So you were in that coma in 2022. You had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah.
60.
Have they figured out what happened yet?
We will.
No, I mean, have the doctors medically, like, what happened to you?
And what happened? So,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah. So, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we talk about in the book.
Yes.
What that,
I want to get into
what that process is. But so it's.
Is it me or is Al B Sure acting weird, or like uppity, or trying to beat around the bush, or he don't seem right to me. Just watch his mannerisms, okay? Just watch the way he answers the questions and stuff like that. And the gag order says that you cannot even give an interview if you are going to testify, right? But what is he doing? Test freaking fine. Even though he's trying to beat around the bush, look at him. Just watch.
It's been quite a journey. And as I said, even as it relates to writing the book, I went through almost more than a decade of being scrutinized and clowned, law enforcement, them telling me, you need some help. Second, really? What's wrong with you? No way. Just realizing that they were also working for the situation.
Because you were hinting.
They was also working for the situation. That situation meaning what? For Diddy? Huh? Is that what he's talking about? Y'all, put in the comments. Y'all help me out.
Saying,
posting,
Yeah.
I get calls, take it down, else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah,
yes.
they're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago, I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way. So, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand
because
why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
You know darn well she told you, Diddy. Diddy is after you, man. You better chill. Watch your back. Okay. Yeah, watch your back. Watch your back. I'll be sure. Man. If I wish you ain't had that darn hat on down so tight so I could really read your face. Even though I like you. Even though you let your son go. But anyway, that's something else for another day. We talking about lives now. So, yeah, we just got to get one monster off the street. But I'll be sure, why are you acting that way? I don't know. Maybe because you finally getting to tell your story. But you keep mentioning that darn book. That, no. I still got that other book that's not, they say it's not Kim, so.
I didn't understand
because
why.
of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Believe that she died of pneummonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing, actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special. And she was doing just fine. In fact, all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby, Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, So it was a real.
Now that seems a little odd too, y'all. Now you back there playing with Sean. And Kim saying, stop, quit, stop. Would you wrestling around instead of wrestling around with your son saying, yeah, son, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. I'm just, y'all, this is me. This is Valentine TV, y'all. This is me. I ain't changing for nobody. But he is acting. Now that seems strange in itself to me.
Really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together, because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, came to surprise. A lot of the stuff will be revealed and that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to finally tell my story. Every network came to me, participating, so on and so forth. I said, listen, I have no interest in speaking about another man.
You are in the book.
Yeah, right. But this, I will speak about where our paths cross and what's most relevant, and something I've been trying to say for many, many years. Unfortunately, Roseanne, even with Sean being incarcerated, that's not a celebration. There's no celebration in it. First and foremost, there's way too much collateral damage, and in many, many ways. People's lives are affected. And in fact, a genre of music that I grew up in.
I don't care what you say. Yes, it is a freaking celebration. Sean P. Diddy Combs is behind them freaking balls so he cannot do damage to other people. So that is a celebration. It's not a celebration for his children, unfortunately, but it is their daddy's fault. Okay? And I feel bad for the kids, the girls, and that she's a girl. I feel bad. I started to say the other little baby, but that's a girl too. So, I feel bad for the little girls and the twins and stuff. But no. It is a celebration. Okay? And I'm going to celebrate when they get the rest of them too. Okay.
Is ruined right now.
You blaming Diddy for that?
I'm blaming this entire industry and the way it's gone.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, and I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
And again.
Oh, okay. So they asked, did he volunteer to testify, he said, no, actually, he was subpoenaed, but he's not as of yet. The attorney's working out something. So maybe that's why he's doing this and ain't under the gag order yet. Because he's not really like got his foot set in stone that he's gonna testify. Even in that head, he know he is. This is the chance to do it.
There's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And
So
the only reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. You actually knew what they did to me. There was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that John Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing. It's just time to reveal the truth. I mean,
As you heard,
What does it? What? He the only one. He just went all over that question, y'all. He went all over that question.
for yourself, Albie is standing 10 toes down,
Whatever.
not only claiming he's coming after Diddy in court, but telling the world that Diddy tried to take him out. He once again claims that Diddy is who took out Kim Porter as well. Now, Albie isn't just talking the talk. He claims that he was subpoenaed to talk at the trial. He is confirming that he is glad to testify against Diddy. You can obviously tell this is the moment Albie was waiting for. After years of trying to warn people about Diddy and being laughed at, now the world has to apologize and give him his credit. I'll Be Sure didn't back down when he found out Kim was silenced by Diddy, and it could have been the same fate he was facing. He was the only man brave enough to come out and stand up for her. Everyone got on Diddy's side while he stood up alone for what was right. I myself believe what Albie has been saying. As what did he ever have to gain from making up a story about Diddy taking out Kim Porter? Kim Porter had a lot of dirt on Diddy that if she released, it would have caused his downfall years ago. Who knows how many people Diddy hurt since he silenced Kim Porter? Now, when you think about it, Cassie was lucky to have survived Diddy, as she could have honestly ended up like Kim Porter for speaking out, just like I'll Be Sure almost ended up. Diddy isn't the only person who does evil in Hollywood, but he definitely is one of the worst in the public eye. There's definitely many monsters in Hollywood, but they're likely behind the scenes. Diddy was doing his evil right in the open, and no one stopped him. No one even tried except for Kim Porter and Albie. I'm curious to see how this situation would end up. What will Albie say in court about Diddy? What proof would he provide against him that would help bring him down? Hopefully, Albie remains safe and doesn't disappear like the key witness that mysteriously went missing. If you want to know more about that, make sure you watch my last video where I covered that. Well, I'm gonna end this one here. I want to thank
Yeah, she's not missing. We all know where she at. And she better come on in. Either way, she'll be in or her transcripts will be read. So we ain't even worried about victim 3. I mean, we worried about her. I hope she stay all right, but other than that, no. She's not missing anymore, y'all. All right. I want to thank y'all for coming over here, hanging with me on this Saturday. I appreciate it so much. Y'all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and please like the video, okay? All right. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later.